I personally use Arduino microcontroller boards a lot for my projects, whether for making RC cars, automation projects, for instruments, for multiple embedded circuits. You may also have been using Arduino boards yourself to make projects of your own. But can we embed the whole Arduino board itself into a custom board or breadboard project of our own? The answer is yes, and it is quite easy as we will see. We should first take a look at what exactly the boards contain. And let's start with the most popular board, the Arduino Uno. The Uno is a prototyping board with an Atmega 328P microcontroller chip and a programmer chip. There is a USB Type B connector for interfacing and programming. There is a DC barrel jack connector for external power. There is also some extra circuitry on the board like some 5-volt voltage regulators, some safety circuitry, fuses, etc. The Uno board which I had uses a second microcontroller chip, the Atmega 16U2, which has a USB interface built in as a programmer. The microcontroller chip is the Atmega 328P, which does not have a USB interface built in, hence the need of an external programmer. The Arduino Nano uses a micro B connector for interfacing and also has the same microcontroller chip as the Uno, but in a small SMD package. This board has a different programmer chip than the Uno, which is the CH340G. This chip is a dedicated USB to UART converter and is relatively easier to use than the Atmega 16U2 used on the Uno board. The Arduino Pro Mini can also be referred to as a stripped down Nano due to the size, which is also the reason why it doesn't have an inbuilt programmer chip. And there is also not much in the board other than a few passive components. To program this board, we need an external USB to serial converter breakout board, which we connect something like this. So now let's take out the breadboard. The easiest way to make this work is to program the Uno board and to take out the microcontroller chip with the help of a flat tip screwdriver. There is a reason why the Uno board has a lot of safety features built into the board because it is a prototyping board, which will save the chip from accidental shorts and all sorts of stuff, which can destroy the chip or the board. But if we are taking that chip out of the board, we have to be careful on using it. One wrong connection and your chip can die. As these microcontrollers work on external clock frequencies, we will also require two 22 picofarad capacitors and a 16 MHz crystal to provide the clock frequency the chip needs. And we connect them to the oscillator pins on the chip, something like this. Note that this microcontroller works at 5 volts or less. Applying more than 5 volts will surely kill it. As the reset pin of this chip is active low, we will use a 10 kilo ohm pull-up resistor to prevent the chip from resetting on its own. For testing purposes, we will connect a LED on pin D13 of the chip as mentioned in the Arduino program or to the pin 19 of the chip. I already had programmed the chip when it was on the Uno board for a LED blink program, so this should work when we power it on, and it does work. Now let's put our precious Uno chip back into the board and see what if we bought one of these new Atmega 328P chips which don't have the Arduino bootloader from the factory. If you are thinking what is bootloader now, then a bootloader is a set of code which configures the clock frequency and the interfacing program of the chip, which in our case is the Arduino IDE. Hence we need to install or burn the Arduino bootloader onto this new factory chip. This bootloader can be burned onto the chip using the SPI interface that is built into the chip. And for the programmer, we can use our Arduino Uno board configured as an ISP or in-circuit serial programmer. We can do that by uploading this Arduino ISP sketch, which is given in the examples of the IDE program. After the code is uploaded, we can make the connections something like this from our Arduino Uno board to our new Atmega 328P chip for boot loading. After making the connections, we will go to the boards menu and select Arduino Uno and select Arduino as ISP as the programmer, then we will click on Burn Bootloader. After the bootloader has been burned, we can now put this chip inside the Arduino Uno and use it like any other Arduino. We can also use this USB to serial converter board to program our chip directly on the breadboard, but that is a topic for another video. As the bootloading step requires a lot of connections each time when we upload, I made this custom board a long time back to ease that step a bit. But it is not perfect. It is not fully customized as it still uses a Arduino board and there is no convenient ZIF socket to use. And then I made this board which has all the functions an Arduino Nano board has with the SPI programming built into the board. I am planning to provide this board as a kit for people who want to learn and those who have a use case like this. So go over to my Instagram handle, which I will link in the description, to get more information on that. This was only one method to make an Arduino on a breadboard, which is the easiest way. There are many ways which we will take a look at in a future video. So if you found this video useful, do give it a like, share the video, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like these, and press the bell icon to receive future updates on my videos.